is now 400 at 99.40.
Engine cutoff, a good separation of that first stage, and then what appears to be a successful second engine start 1%
right now. We'll talk to the CEO, Anthony Wood, and let's take a look at future.
Roku's going to be on CNBC here, so we're definitely going to be watching Roku as well.
You can see the fairing falling
and
down
successful SpaceX launch. No need to short Tesla.
SpaceX will be attempting to recover this fairing today.
Womp womp.
On your screen right now, you can see the Merlin Vacuum D engine nozzle. This is a radiatively cooled.
So also want to be watching Roku then. And we are live on YouTube as well. Get it. If you guys on YouTube want to join the chat room, we've got a whole bunch of rooms here, as you can see. Members area includes live day trading chat, so we have live calls as well, live trading calls. Those are my calls, only I can write inside of that channel. And obviously we talk about setups and things like that inside of the live day trading room. We also have a general chat, but this is also where I'll be posting daily trade recaps, the training webinars that we do, and any internal announcements. Just prepping here for the trading day. It looks like it's going to be a little bit slow. I'm not sure about that stock. MDXG is another one that I want to be watching as well. So obviously MDXG, garbage. Well, actually, they were supposed to be a really good company, Mimetics. And if you've been paying attention to the short seller news at all, it's a company that's been channel stuffing, accused of channel stuffing, accused of a lot of negative insider product related things to meet their growth analyst growth calls, and they've basically been accused of manipulating their investors. So this thing dropped from 14.5 down to where it is right now, $9. I think it's going to continue going lower, so we're just going to watch that one on the side as well. But for the most part, the volume today, volume leader is HM and Y inside of my upgapper scanners. Do want to throw Roku up as well. Roku's had some what looks to be negative news. So Roku has had, let's see, they had earnings. I guess they have negative earnings. A lot of losers. A lot of stocks down right now. Time is 9:26. EXPR, you say? Okay. It has very highly institutionally owned stocks, about 110% institutionally owned. So if I bring this over here, EXPR, you'll see held by institutions 110%. That means that to me equals highly manipulated. So I very rarely trade those stocks unless they have a crazy emotional move and it brings in a lot of volume. But yeah, if you find something, just throw it in the channel. Okay, so WKHS is what I'm looking at. I just want to wait for the open and see what's moving and then react to that as opposed to trying to
MTSL, Mayor Telemanagement Systems.
Sorry, they're just talking in my
Shares
ear.
popping to the
So
high,
WKHS
225,
here,
briefly.
pop up
Trader
to
Circular
396.
citing a press release. Panasonic trades hospitality industry, new unified communications.
So on the 4-hour chart, we can see the
December
pre-market
1
action. You can
mentioned
see that it's
implied in their press release. That's
a
my
good spike. The relative volume isn't there. Not exactly what I want to see. What I'm doing is just highlighting that relative volume down there. But we're about to open up, so I'm just going to watch the markets now. But there we go. Clock got all screwed up. Just about 15 seconds to the open here. So WKHS pop up, would like to see that continue. And ding ding ding, we are open. Open for business.
SGMO, Sangamo getting a pop to the high at the open 25.90 after that deal with Gilead, Kite, that Sandy Golf, Michael Oscar. AIMT, Avian Therapeutics popping to the high of $36. Alpha India Michael Tango. Immune Therapeutics pricing their public offering at $32 a share.
ANTH was the trader from yesterday.
Now at $35.95.
Created a bit of a double top there at 278. Also watching that. Here we go. We're starting to get a move on ANTH. A little bit spready. WKHS continuing to sell off here from its pre-market dip. The scanners right now are pretty clear for the most part. ADXS is one that's popping up on my relative high volume scanner. And on days like this, we're likely to see one stock be singled out by most traders. So you'll see a lot of volume on one stock and not much else on anything else. Just selection of that is what's happening right now.
PHG, Phillips shares just at the pre-market high now, 38.80, as traders now circulating a report that we reported on early this morning about Phillips supplying light bulbs to India. Papa Hotel Golf. That was reported earlier this morning by Digitimes. And again, that's being circulated now by traders after the open. 38.84 now on PHG, Papa Hotel Golf.
Okay, ANTH beginning to run up here. Definitely looking for a short under 278. I believe ANTH was the one that had floated up yesterday and has a price target of $10 from the an upgrade it received. I wouldn't be shorting this until I see a real backside to a bullish move, as it did chop me up a bit yesterday. Again, I'll be dropping things, or the trades that I'm going to be taking in the live trading calls room in the members area.
LMFA,
so if you're a member at
LMFBG
activetraders.chat with us, you'll be able to see that there.
Michael Foxtrot Alpha. Some takeover chatter being circulated now on Michael Foxtrot Alpha.
LMFA with takeover chatter apparently.
$1.75 the high.
That's what we're looking at now. LMFA switching from
That's
HMNY.
being circulated now by traders again.
There it goes. LMFA.
Buyout.
Acquisition or buyout rumors. That means this thing could really move.
LMFA. That's unconfirmed chatter.
AAOI continuing to sell off. This is LMFA's higher time frame. Starting to get a bit of a push here. I have a previous LVN there from when we traded in the past around 270. So I'd love to see the stock extend around to 250 or so before dropping. That would give us the optimal entry. Really big low volume note at $2 as well. We want to mark off those LVNs. The key LVNs. Just drop it off at $2. Bias, a short bias on LMFA. Garbage stock on takeover news. Right now it's just on watch. I mean, if it sets up for with a lot of buying volume and there's a really nice curl and consolidation, I'd consider taking a long play. But for the most part, I am thinking short. Roku spreading out like crazy right now. I'm going to get rid of the extended hours on Roku, as they had some negative earnings, I think. I think that's what happened. Make sure I have Roku up on here as well. Volume leaders for me right now with my current filters: HMNY, ANTH, ADXS. but that one doesn't have enough range for me. VKTX is another mover as well, but it is a long-term bull. A big gap on Roku. Big gap. This should continue downward. There's likely a short sell restriction on Roku, unfortunately. But looks like Roku's playing with that $40 mark. LMFA coming back all the way back down. That's not going to be something I'm going to play unless it curls up and continues breaking higher there for that second emotional spike. And again, if you guys are watching us on YouTube, you can get access to the live day trading room here, the live calls, trading calls room, daily trade recaps, trading webinars, and all of our announcements. Information is inside of the welcome channel that you have access to when you join the Discord channel. If not, you can find more at activetraders.chat. ANTH popping up here. Yep. Definitely a main watch on ANTH right now. So yesterday it had that really annoying grind up, and the analysts are sure that this thing's going to go to 10 bucks, which is ridiculous. But we're just going to
coming up at 10,
watch and looking for shorts under 278.
Minus 120 BCF is the consensus.
I am going to need to see
then at 11,
the backside of this move, meaning
1.795
lower highs and then a
Distillates
breakdown
minus
to tell us that this
1.46 million,
bull move is
and
over.
Gasoline minus 283,000. That's coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, SGMO taking off. Very bullish, that chart. Okay, here we go. 270. ANTH going for 278. We could see a backside to the move very soon here. And there are borrows for ANTH, I believe. Oh, no, no shares available for short on ANTH. This is what makes me want to trade to CFDs. Borrowing. Okay, so I am not able to short ANTH at all. Oh, you can on SureTrader, nice. I'd be looking at anywhere between 78 and the high volume node, which price is at right now at 64. Again, look for that consolidation, that first emotional spike and then breakdown, and wait for price to pull back, and you can risk off of the previous high. Getting rid of Roku. We have a gap up here on CCLP. And MDXG continuing to sell off. Yeah, you have to wait for those buyers to be exhausted. The thing is that these buyers yesterday screwed with people all day long. all day long. They're hiding their orders. They're only adding when they see that there's weakness. Very sneaky people. And it's really hard to tell if you're not watching it on Bookmap, unless you're staring at the order flow and making notes. But you can see even the sizes are very similar. So, for example, it's 15,000 buyers at 260. You'll see them completely remove their orders. As soon as price comes down here, you'll see. And then they'll add it back in when price is lower. 15,000 again. CCLP selling off from a pre-market high. If you guys can, if you want to help the channel out, you can tweet out the live stream link from YouTube. That'd be super helpful. Or share it on your social media. Today, once the market slows down, I'll be walking through some of the basics of how I trade, what I do. Nothing crazy, but I will be going over things for anyone that's interested, if we do have some interest. And you can catch the full non-delayed full screen HD screen share inside of the Active Traders members area here on Discord. Getting a breakdown on ANTH a little bit.
230,000 at $60.17. That's in a Form 4 filing. Triangle Market Uniform Sandy.
Roku's beginning to come up as well. I'll be getting rid of AAOI. Watching Roku here on the comeback. And ANTH at a turning point, but I don't still have no shares available for shorting. Right now would be a nice place to risk off of the previous high there, even above 270. I'd say above the ultimate high, but watch out because these buyers are very committed. They definitely want to see price run up quite a bit here. This being the first real pullback. So head and shoulders pattern on ANTH. I'm weary of the buyers. Obviously, I can't trade it, but I will comment on it. You see the buyers right now, those 11,000 buyers coming in at 260. So that really needs to break down. 260 being the DP there for the head and shoulders. I'd say 259 even. So there's the head and shoulders pattern. And a failed head and shoulders pattern can turn very quickly into a bullish flag pattern. By the way, Davy, I strongly recommend, if you haven't watched the YouTube videos, especially for day trading strategies for beginners, you should definitely take a look at that one. Perfect. We are getting organized. I'm putting together a killer course that'll take people through beginners all the way to advanced trading. Okay, we are now attacking. You see this, the peak over the trend line. Now we're attacking 260. Gonna need to see those sellers, all these sellers, come down, which it looks like they're beginning to do right now. A few of them are betting on that drop, but a pop under 60, absorption at 60, will give us stops run underneath. Bullish bias on the stock though, remember. NXTD beginning to sell off as well. Roku continuing higher. Nothing I'm interested in. Yep, just make sure you know your stop, you know how much you're risking, how much money you're going to be risking on this trade. So if I'm interested in getting into a trade here, I'm going to be looking at, okay, my stop's going to be at 272, let's say, and I'm looking at entries all the way down to 265. So if I take 1,000 shares at 265 and my stop's all the way up at 273, then that's the amount I'm willing to risk, and I gave you a tool for that. I'll post it again on the channel for other people. But there's the break under 260, so now it needs to hold under, not under 260, it needs to hold under this trend line here. That's the game, right? People will risk off of the breaking point, the decision point, but what they need to do is risk off of that higher trend line, because what we're looking for is lower highs. Oh, the Rob in chat is asking what course. The course is something I'm working on right now. It's not complete, but we do have some training webinars and materials on the website currently. When I release the course, it'll be a separate program, and I'm going to make it a prerequisite to join as a member, the Discord chat, to join it as a member, so that we have everybody on the same page. But for now, we don't have that course yet. I'm currently working on it. We do have hours and hours of training materials on the website, though, Rob, if you're interested.
Avis Budget, CAR, says cost headwinds in 2018 will be partially offset by high utilization. That's Charlie Alfa Romeo.
And there we go, the continued sell-off from 260. So now we know this was the head and shoulders pattern, the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, right? We know that 269 was the right shoulder. And then the neckline here was 260, the DP, 59, and there's the breakdown. Not rocket science, you just have to know what you're looking for and risk accordingly.
Letter E, ENI.
So now if you were looking for a risk reward, your risk was, say you got in at round 64s anticipating a break, your risk is you need to take at least 2 to 1 on this. So that's not very accurate, but probably somewhere around 246. So you're under 250, which is good. It means that there should be downward pressure to get price even lower. And there he goes. Beautiful sell-off. I wish I could have traded that, damn it.
President Trump says we'll be meeting with lawmakers today at 11:30 to discuss school safety. Next week it will be with our nation's governors. It's been many years of all talk, no action. We will get it done. That's tweet from President Trump.
Perfect leveled. Beautiful. Now try and play a game. Try and hold as long as possible by setting your targets right now and looking at the bigger picture. So ANTH, take a look at the higher time frame here, make sure I'm not missing anything first on the charts. Nope. Scrolling out the bigger picture, the 4-hour chart. What are the important levels? Well, we have a low volume node here at 240. That's super important. Price needs to get through that. Then we have a high volume node at 181. So 240 is going to be a key level for price to break down from. It won't get down here today. It might, but it probably won't. And then there's inside, some inside key levels. 215, another key level as well. And price likes to hang around the whole dollars and half dollar marks as well. So $2.50, $2, $1.50, $1.
We're not losing share in corporate business. We are starting to see more leisure business.
So 215 is another possible exit. And just watch the order flow to communicate that to you. And next, what else do you want to do? So if you want to get more accurate, we start dividing the chart up. So we have that expansion, consolidation, expansion, consolidation, right? And these major expansions. So there was a major expansion from this consolidation zone right here. What was important inside of this consolidation point zone? The breakout. Where did the volume come in? At the breakout. So we know that 240 is a key level. And you can see that as price came back down, it tested that 240 level again and again. Breaking under, holding under, breaking above today, breaking out today. 240 is super key. Once it breaks down under 240, you're looking for the next consolidation that created this large distribution of volume. 220. It all makes sense if you look at it just like I described in the video, 4 day trading strategies for beginners. A way to break up the chart and make sense of all of this as it's happening live. And then you want to look at the order flow. You want to see, do the buyers and sellers confirm that move? Are they telling me by their commitment inside of that 240 level that this is a key level? Yes, right? Because there's 13,000 buyers waiting right now patiently at 240. So that's the mindset, that's the logic. Definitely get deeper into it later, but try not to pick levels that just have a lot of buyers at it. Make sure it's a structural level, and or a low volume node, high volume node, whatever. It has to make sense in the story. And there goes ANTH attacking 240, going to 241.
Commissioner says calculation of tax EU says owed by Apple is in the ballpark of EU estimate. That's Alpha Alpha Papa Lima.
OREX is another stock that's popped up. $1.50 stock, very bullish on the short term and very bearish on the higher time frame. There you go, 240 hit. And look at all the buyers that deposited volume in that area in the past here. 180,000 contracts traded. And so what's happening is here is that's an area that's being broken, and once it's broken, it needs to be tested. It'll become that resistance level, right? So that's the second DP there.
U.S. Conference Board January leading index 1%.
Beautiful meltdown on ANTH.
0.7%.
There it goes.
Dudley says
Needs to hold under 240, remember. It's likely to consolidate at this level as well. If it does, then you want to look for that breakout. And if not, and if it just moves away from it, eventually it'll come back to test it. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, but eventually it will. So 230 is your last target, okay. So that's the pre-market low. Now remember, this is about, 30 minutes into the trading day. We still have up until 4 o'clock. Nice.
Elon Musk Tesla had previously offered to rebuild the power infrastructure in Puerto Rico.
And Roku selling off from a similar head and shoulders pattern on Roku. You can see this thing happening over and over and over again. So there's the head, right shoulder, or left shoulder, right shoulder. And now we have a DP here at 41. So that's technically that's the between 41 and 40.80. There's the shoulder line. It's not my favorite, but really nice flag formation here. Sorry, wedge formation. You can see price just coming back up to test the low of that wedge. It's like a visual distribution of volume, the HVN being tested. OREX popping up here to the previous high. Interesting. Would consider a short on OREX, but we are up at the highs. And they've taken the highs. Nice move on OREX. So ORES is one of my main watches here. Do have that bearish divergence that I've been looking for, that extension to the upside. I want to see a failure from the buyers, but there's a lot of buying strength right now, so I'm going to let this play out. I'll let it play out, and I want to see that failure and consolidation and continuation. Hey Rob, if you want to chat, you can chat in either you can message you can you can chat either in the public chat channel on Discord or on the YouTube stream. Just I can't see the private messages while I'm trading. Don't want to miss your comments. Okay, so we have an opportunity to possibly break down here, which I will likely take. Taking a shot, just a quick shot here with a risk off of 160. watching here
Shares
for a
of Tesla
failure.
TSLA now popping to the high, 344.57. That's Tango Sandy Lima
Still
Alpha
just watching for
Tesla.
that failure. Want full context on this stock. Someone took a stake in OREX. I dropped some information in the live trading calls channel. And as soon as I get my fingers off the hotkeys, I will continue to drop in more information there for you guys. Beautiful, looking for that breakdown under 48.
Foxtrot Whiskey Oscar November Kilo. Block trade. That's Liberty Media. Block trade of 2.6 million in FWONK. Foxtrot Whiskey Oscar November Kilo. PFE Pfizer. Trader circulating an unconfirmed report in chat rooms that Pfizer has approached Lilly with a bid to take over Lilly. That's unconfirmed. That's PFE and LLY. Shares of Eli Lilly hitting a high of 77.91 following that takeover chatter involving Pfizer. That's unconfirmed chatter being circulated in chat rooms by traders now. Lilly shares hitting a high of 78.09.
Also interested in LMFA as it's beginning to perk up over 165.
Coming up at 10:30, natural gas storage minus 120 BCF is the consensus.
And price having trouble putting in a lower low on OREX. So in a live trade right now on OREX. Short from 153 average. And this is the first real pullback. Looking for weakness. Ascending trend line, that's a very negative on OREX. This could easily turn into a bull flag. I would need to be cognizant of that. Want to see that break under 150. Buyers committing at 150. There's the breakdown. Let's see a breakdown under the VWAP.
NSPR Inspire MD announces exclusive distribution, sales, and marketing agreement for Seaguard GPS in South Korea. That's November Sandy Papa Romeo Inspire MD. ROKU Roku CEO currently discussing their earnings report on CNBC. That's ROKU. Inspire MD shares popping to $4.11 on a small spike in volume on that press release, NSPR.
So inside of a live trading room, live trade right now. Short from 153 on OREX, looking for this to continue breaking down.
NSPR shares halted at $4.11. November Sandy Papa Romeo.
Ideally getting under the VWAP. There it goes. There's the spill under the VWAP, exactly what I was looking for. Again, always got to be thinking about targets.
President of the Cryptocurrency Foundation, Tezos, Jonathan Gievers, steps down. That in a statement.
To me right now, the only things that are moving, OREX and ANTH are the only ones that I would consider playing right now. That's annoying. I can't continue shorting on... That's really annoying. Wouldn't let me continue shorting on REX. Security is not shortable. Oh man. What do you mean?
ECA and Canna getting a small pop here on volume. Echo Charlie Alpha Director buying 5,000 at $10.62. That's Echo Charlie Alpha.
No, I'm not stuck in it. I wanted to add to the trade, but it wouldn't let me continue adding. Sucks. On ANTH. Oh, I see. Oh boy, I don't really see anything there. Yeah, price needs to, it looks like it's curling right now up against the weekly VWAP. It's the gray line here on my chart. And it might want to try and break that, but we do have the VWAP up ahead. I would personally, if it were me and I were inside of this trade, I'm not giving you advice because I don't give trading advice, but if I was in this trade short on ANTH, I would wait for price to come back up to the VWAP before adding. But that's just me. It depends how aggressive you want to be. Forgot about my oatmeal today. Need some brain food. Trading on an empty stomach.
And SPR opens and halted again at 440. That's November Sandy Papa Romeo. Trading resumed at 10:27:04 and was halted 21 seconds later for a second time at $4.40 on November Sandy Papa Romeo. 1 minute to natural gas storage. Minus 120 BCF again is the consensus.
All right, so if you want to see what a textbook setup looks like, take a look at Roku. Roku, price coming up, emotionally up near the open, breaking down, creating lower highs, creating an ascending trend line, topping out, volume coming in for that final push higher, and price breaking through those highs. Stop would be down here under the previous trend line. Targets. Beautiful, beautiful flag on ROKU. I was busy getting into a position on OREX, so I missed it. That's okay. There's always more. It's always important to just, identify and, maybe take a screenshot so you know what it looks like, what it feels like. And there goes OREX, continuing in my direction here. Exactly what I wanted to see. My target is about to be hit down here. Oh, wow.
NSPR is open. Resumes trading 4.99 now on November Sandy Papa Romeo.
NSPR halt resume.
Higher. Again, the company reporting an exclusive distribution, sales, and marketing agreement for Seahawk EPS in South Korea.
We do have NSPR as well. As I wait for OREX to come back down. Sometimes that'll happen. Sometimes you'll place your target and price will reverse right before your target. I'd rather wait for it to come down.
LIVE, Live Ventures CEO John Isaac, buying 1,500, $13.28. That's $4 for a minute, maybe a Victor Echo.
OREX here is perking on top of the VWAP right now. Not my favorite play, but I would like to see it break under the VWAP again. Aaron says ANTH is bouncing up. Do you think the volume there is an issue? We've definitely had a slowdown in volume on ANTH. And that's sort of affected the range as well. But ANTH is holding below the VWAP. And we do have an important level there at 250. Today I prophesized that stocks would be really move a lot in the morning, and then during the day it would kind of die off and go sideways, at least until the afternoon session. And that's just what we've seen in the last few days as the S&P's been reacting to a lot of market news. Yesterday's Fed minutes as well affected volume and the S&P selling off yesterday. It just seems like it needs to be something. We need to see this return of volatility to the small cap market. People are kind of running away from the small cap market right now and looking at other things like the volatility markets, like the UVXY or whatever. Okay, OREX here, we might be getting an inverted head and shoulders pattern. So I'm going to consider taking some profits if this does play out. Which is unfortunate, I never like to do that, but price came right down to my target and then reversed. If you want to see how I place my targets, what my rules are for that type of thing, you'd have to join the members area chat room. I do put my live calls there as well. But the last thing we want is to be stuck inside of an inverted head and shoulders pattern.
TSLA Tesla, electric tweeting now Tesla sued by former employee who claims the automaker was illegally selling defective vehicles at Kendall Center in Alpha. Shares of Tesla ticking up slightly lower now, 344.24 on that report.
And NSPR, beautiful setup here, but it is not shortable for me. Aaron says, can you give a quick explanation on what VWAP is? So VWAP is the volume weighted average price. So it's basically it's the white line you see on the page. You basically you take up all the volume on the chart, and you, I think, divide it by the number of shares up for the day, and then that gives you the average. And the point is that it's a leading indicator that gives you good insight into where the balance on the chart is. So that the center price of that volume, divided volume, is going to be where the majority of people have are concentrating their efforts. So at any given time, it gives you the median or the mean of volume inside of the range that you've selected. It's a little technical, but if you use market auction theory like we do, and you use the volume profile and you're into volume analysis and order flow analysis, it becomes a really key level for trying to decipher the balance between buyers and sellers, which is what we do at Active Traders. Okay, moment of truth here at 141 on OREX.
DISH, NBA, League Pass expands Sling TV Live NBA offering. That's Delta India Sandy Hotel.
We want to see a break under 141 on OREX.
IO India Oscar Employee Asset Management reports 5.25% passive stake in Eon Geophysical as of February 16th. That's India Oscar.
Print 40. We've got some bids at 39 as well. So right now I'm watching the level 2. Watching the level 2 here. Watching for those bids to come down. So right now we're bidding at 40. And what I want to see is a wall. If a wall comes up. Bit of a wall at 40. Okay, I took a piece there. As price is hitting a wall right now at 41. Not exactly what I wanted, but it's a good way to protect yourself when the odds are beginning to stack against you. Just find that breaking point in the pattern. And here's the trade so far developing on OREX. I'll post this in the where you can see my entry and exit. Post this in the public chat so you guys can see where I'm at. Roku selling off a little bit as well, which gives an interesting opportunity.
Coming up at 11, crude inventories plus 1.795 million, distillates minus 1.46 million, and gasoline inventories minus 283,000 expected.
And there's the break higher on OREX. This is exactly what I was protecting against. Is a bull inverted bull head and shoulders pattern, or I should say a bull head and shoulders pattern. So very, very, very slow today. Not really expecting much from the market now, especially hitting the 11 o'clock mark right now. Um, the market should start picking up around 1:30 or so after lunchtime, but unless we get those big range expansion moves, I'm not going to be looking to play anything after lunchtime. The market this month has been the slowest I've ever seen, and that tells us that we're hitting a point, possibly a point of reversal on the S&P 500. It's just another sign, and maybe we're in a larger market downturn. Either way, we're inside of that. We had that expansion on the SPY, and then we had another expansion upward, and now we're inside of this sideways range that's just really slow, low volume.
1.795 million expected. Distillates, a draw of 2.42 million versus a draw of 1.46 million expected. Gasoline, a build of 261,000 versus a draw of 283,000 expected. Seeing a small pop on crude to 61.92. Again, crude,
and there you go. Leveled ANTH continuing to sell off.
1.62 million versus a build of 1.795.
Close to the VWAP. No cigar, close but no cigar.
KC Fed Manufacturing Index 21 versus the versus 16 in January.
Roku's moving really well today. I just haven't been able to spot a setup until since the bull flag
BTZ,
breakout.
Domino's Pizza.
4183.
Hearing a note from BTG Actual.
Oh, there goes OREX. Exactly what I was trying to protect against. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to add to this position. It just won't let me. It says the stock is restricted. So it's either I jump out or I wait through the pullback.
That being circulated now by traders. That's Delta Papa Zulu. Shares of Domino's dropping to the low now, 224.20. Again, that note being circulated now saying that there is no deal in the acquisition of Domino's Pizza. As we hear sales research down there saying any rumors of a takeover are false, further noting that the Brazil Journal's past information has been spotty at best.
Oh, I am able to short again, which really interests me now. Not exactly what I want to see happen on OREX, but beggars aren't choosers today in today's market. So let's see what'll happen here. Will orders get absorbed at 155? Is the question. OREX looking really good right now. I do need it to break under the
WLL,
VWAP,
Whiting Petroleum
back under this trend line,
CEO Brad
or we're going
Holly
to be in
in his
trouble.
first earnings call as CEO with investors says we'll pursue strategy of balanced growth and free cash flow. Says we'll hedge more than have historically. Says exploring sale of retail assets in Colorado. That's Whiskey Lima Lima, the CEO on the company's conference call.
It was important to have patience as a trader. Okay, here we go. OREX. Continuing. Breakdown. I want to see it break down under the VWAP.
CD Chubb, Charlie Bravo says board will recommend 25th consecutive annual dividend increase to shareholders at 2018 annual general meeting. Calls for $2.92 annual per share dividend payable in 4 quarterly installments of 73 cents per share. That's Charlie Bravo.
Here we go. Price continuing to break down. Exactly what I was looking for. And I added to the position right at the high. Here we go. Here comes the breakdown under the trend line. That's what I want to see. We should get a nice strong sell-off here soon if we break under this trend line at 43. Should get that at 43. VKTX continuing on the move. A lot of buyers coming in at 44 now. They're trying to defend that trend line. They're right at the VWAP at 145. We're about to get some fireworks here. So let's see who holds, who prevails. Sounds good, Tommy. Thanks for hanging around, man. Tomorrow's another day. Hopefully that volume and the big obvious trades are back tomorrow. Again, guys, if you're watching and you're new to activetraders.chat, this is here's our plans and pricing page. We do have a free version right now, or free entry into the Discord channel where you get access to the public chat room. It's a public chat room right down here. There's some chat going on there, but there's a members area, if you see up here, where I give you access to the live day trading room, where we chat about the live trading day as it's unfolding. I have a live trading calls room as well as a live day trading recap room, where I do daily trade recaps, videos, and post them there, and then training webinars as well. So you can see that the basic gives you the live stock trading stream, not delayed, and an HD version of it, by the way. And then you also get the members Discord chat room access. And that's what I just showed you, those rooms. And then the pro version gives you those two, but as well as access to the members area on the website, daily trade recap videos, private training webinars, full session recordings, all of those links in there you'll be able to access through the members area on our website, as you can see right here. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, just ask me. And if not, you just want to hang out in the Discord free chat room or on YouTube, it's up to you. But we do use Patreon. So if you click, say, subscribe on, let's say, the basic, it'll take you to the Patreon page. And here you can select whether you want the pro or the basic. And you'll automatically be added to the room, and you'll be sent a link to the website if you choose the pro as well. We have CCLP waking up right now. $6 million in volume, $6.5 million in volume traded on OREX, 9.49 million float. Nice bear flag on Roku right now forming as well. Roku is on SSR though, so there's no shorting, unfortunately. And OREX looking like it wants to continue curling up here. I want to see a break under that 44 level to break out of this flag.
Thank you. God bless you.
A lot of buyers coming in right now at 146. They're pressuring price on OREX.
WWE shares getting a small pop here. Positive article out in Barron's now, barrons.com. That's Whiskey Echo 3634. Hitting a high of 3638 following that Barron's article.
KRAX coming up towards the highs between
President
152
Trump
and
says no better
155.
time to discuss school safety than right now.
Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do, leveled.
President Trump says, I want to hear about improving physical security at schools and mental health.
Fantastic trade there, leveled. Perfect. Bounce right off that 230 level. I probably would have put my entry at maybe 232 or something, but 230 is good. Ballsy. Or my target, I should say. Oh, REX beginning to drop here. Needed to hold that 153 high. I am not allowed shorting anymore. Oh, my borrows were rejected. That's why I wasn't able to short. I thought I had borrows this whole time. I was trying different routes and stuff. Just be more clear in their error messaging. I'm going to consider exiting the position if we break back above the volume. Not interested in curling up and away from the volume weighted average price, as we'd probably make another run for the high of day at that point.
President Trump says movies are too violent. Maybe you could talk about that also.
Uh-oh. If you guys, if you're watching the live stream on YouTube and you heard the announcer, that Trump said that movies are too violent, he's gonna have to do something about that.
Trump says we'll talk about reopening mental institutions.
He's also talking about opening mental institutions. Be perfect. Finally somewhere where he can admit himself. 151 now testing. 152 is the position on OREX. We are curling up. I'm going to need to see an immediate breakdown, I should say, or this is no longer going to be a valid trade for me. Which is fine. I did take profits on the way down. I added to the position at the previous high. Here we go. Buyers coming in at 150. They're trying to take it. Market's very, very slow here as we are approaching. As we are approaching.
Says we will bring in a system of gun violence restraining orders so
previous
law
high.
enforcement officers can take away guns of people in custody for mental health reasons.
Thanks, Level. Yeah, Dabby, good to have you. Slowly growing this trader base, and we need those OG members. Eventually, you guys are going to need to help me moderate. Eventually. Alright, I am out of the position now on OREX. That was it for me. Very, 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 very slow trade. Maybe consider getting in short in the afternoon session again. If we get a nice breakdown under the VWAP. But for the most part, I don't really care what the stock does now. It's had ample opportunity to get under the VWAP, continue breaking down, and it has. It's just chosen not to. So that to me is a sign.
shares of Netflix dropping to the lowdown. November Fox brought in the extras 279.46, possibly on the Trump comments on the VPN environment. SPWR SunPower says on February 21st adopted and began implementing initiatives to reduce operating expenses, cost of goods sold, overhead